Welcome to Onivia Highlights. These are the best highlights from the LPL 2025 Split 2.
So, you can disengage much more easily from that E just hitting you. 10 CS up in this early game is the Shy. I was wondering whether Gala and Mako should have just dropped the Ignite in that early lane for pressure. Didn't happen. Maybe a missed opportunity. Rookie getting the bounce. Ooh, now that's a problem. Doesn't have the flash, and he gets hit by the grab field. Great grab field from Scout. Very good early mid-jungle TVT from Scout and Shun. Ignite drop now from Missing on cooldown, but Missing has no flash. No, and he misses the hook on the wall. Get me pictures of Spider-Naut. He's in the morgue. Need you to confirm his identity. Yep, that's Missing all right. JDG walking forwards, trying to get some jungle matchup bullied away from more retreat routes. Anyone going to be playing towards this? A little bit scary to play against the Nautilus like that. Shield goes up, a little bit of damage goes down as the hook comes through. It doesn't this time, it doesn't miss. Never said not the best fault. Rookie has no flash and he is in a bad spot though. Chaos Storm comes through and is an easy first kill. However, JDG is left alone because of this. Gala has the flash. Could go forwards on Shun as well. The Ignite is dropped. Is that going to be enough? Mako goes forward. Support combat. Pei's now caught into the play and JDG is still running. He salves himself full Q stacks. Maybe he can go towards more. Does he go for a flash Q? Doesn't even need it. Goes for it anyway. Pei's. Is the next Q going to come through? Yes, it is. Another Q. It's the burn coming after. Pei's dies to the passive of JDG. Rookie dies so JDG can get a clean fight. And IG walk away. That is very hard to combat against. If Lilia pulls ahead in the Sejuani matchup, the Sejuani can really struggle at points. Now, the way that you come back from this as Sejuani is by making plays, so JDG has to use their time to group up, to respect the Sejuani engage, and not be just perma-farming and getting towards that. Is also going towards the Ninja Tabi on Ala too. It means it's a lot harder to get value against that Varus. From that Varus, rather. The Shy going for the Lethality Jace as well. Often does this into more difficult matchups and just, look, I'll just outplay. The Bruiser Varus does not win the DPS check against the Orc. Sometimes you can get some poke down with Shock Blast and the... Hang on a second, Gala walking forward. So this, that's the Death Ray used from Scout as well. Does still have the flash. Gala wanting to just save that ultimate. Now the flash has come through. And Scout, oh, he's died to a Varus a couple of times already and he's not even gotten himself into the game just yet at that point. Lost in the 1v1. There is an ultimate from JDG. Doesn't even need to use it. Scout caught out in a side lane. IG winning in the side lanes. Scout blowing that flash easily on the other side of the map. Rookie just making sure he's stood behind that way. He doesn't know where the rest of the team are. Now he should know. What is Rookie going to do? Maybe looking for a teleport angle. Mako caught out and JDG returning a kill for a kill. Mid laner for support though. You take that as IG. Plus there's some extra free time on the turret with 5 grubs for the Shy. Now Rookie's off Fog of War. Walking about the place. Maybe, oh, Scout. Oh, Scout. His side laning has been really punished here. Typically a stronger part of his play. There was a sleep from JDG and a very dead Victor. Scout has been very good so far this split. IG. Good push and pull across the map. 2,000 gold lead for IG. Haven't even taken themselves a tower yet. That'll start to increase. Shy gets the first turret of the game. Good gold in towards him. To leave in about Gali. He's just holding down the fort in mid lane. Down a little bit of gold towards Pei's. Oh, ultimate hits from Gala. This will be good chug onto him. Does he stop for the Q? No. Missing gets a cook. Onto Mako. And there's no cancel left on that bullet time. Good punish there from Missing. They might be losing in the side lanes, but the mid lane push and pull is being won by Pei's. While it's happening, Shy lost his tower earlier. Will be able to take a side lane turret for himself. 2 side lane turrets over to the Shy at the end of those series was not particularly good. Dragon started up by JDG. He's going to go down for free, no contest. Mako, buddy, you need to be careful. He gets hit by another hook. There's no ulti from Missing. But you just got to be so careful. Could potentially flash for a Magnet Storm. Chooses not to, though. Area of the map exposed besides that. If they went too hard towards top lane, they'd lose mid lane. JDG, maybe that's why they called off the play. Herald picked up by them. It's Flash Magnet Storm coming in. Pei still has his ultimate. And he has that cleanse. That's important. Gets out of the play, but he can't turn around for a bullet time. Garlic, good damage here. And now, even though JDG pull off that top lane play, by rotating badly back towards mid lane, they lose the mid lane turret anyway. And the Herald takes that. 5 growth plus the Herald means they take 2 turrets in swift succession. Ola's on the bot side of the map. He'll try and have a whack at that bot lane turret, but IG plays down better quickly if at all possible. Victor on top side. Has that teleport. Ryze is going to answer. Picks up a blue buff on his way up there too. I don't think there's going to be a contest down here. JDG playing some Safari League of Legends where they watch the wildlife, i.e. the dragon, but not actually interact with it. They are tanking the Atacant. A little bit dangerous here. They do get shredded. If Missing gets a flash ult, that could be a problem. Mako maybe Hex flashing over the wall, but spotted by that MFE. We're going for a smite fight. I think you have to call this off. You're leashing it. Maybe forcing him into play is a bit of a mistake. Mako does get hooked, but Missing doesn't get any value out of his combo. Lilia does get shredded down by the bullet time. Is it enough? Go for the smite steal, and Shun gets it. IG leash the objective, and JDG find themselves an opening. The Realm Warp, I don't know if it's going to save him. It does, just about. But what a mistake by IG to keep the objective leashed. Big mistake. Now the GA is over for JDG. Maybe they can force this into a Baron. JJ no HP to fight with. Recall comes through. And JDG will... It's ulting now. Anytime JJ looks for a fight, you must question where Paze is at the same time. Paze has cleanse, has flash. Blowing those cooldowns could be very important. JJ, you've got to be a little careful here, but does have that Seekers. That's a lot of damage there. He might be able to Seekers through it, and he does. No flash. JJ in a little bit of trouble here, but Paze no bullet time now. Where's the damage outside of that? JJ not going taken down just yet, but Shun flashes forward, but he doesn't have necessarily the HP to stick around. The Atacant up and now down. Scout doesn't have it anyway. Flashes forward, gets that reset. What's the grand kill tally? 2 down for IG. On the other side, Scout dies and it's a withdrawal. JJ back out on the map. No smite. What's the play? 5 seconds until that Varus ultimate is up. Do they have enough flights to flashes to escape the pit? Mako goes down early. And the Baron's going to go down too. Do they escape the play though? Varus ult hits Ala. If he loses the Baron buff, that's a big loss for them. The hook is Sonya's out of. And Rookie will escape the play. If Shun dies, they'll have no smite for the dragon either. I think this is a massive overplay from JDG. JJ walks forwards. Paze has a lot of damage. Paze will be the one person, well, the 2 people alongside Scout to get out with that Baron. Suppose IG didn't immediately go towards the dragon. They cleared through the rest of the map. They reset. They go towards it now. Do JDG even care to contest? I don't think so. And that'll be soul point for IG. Here, Shun's no longer available. Gollum may be angling for an ultimate there, actually. Trying to force the cleanse out of Paze. Mako holding onto his W. Knows he's safe for now. Actually, I say that. Is he safe now? Not used. But he's going to go down again. Big damage coming in from the Shy. Still, double ultimates used. Is there a fight now? I think you have to Realm Warp in immediately. That's the play. Oh, Missing gets hit by a Shock Blast. But where's the play from IG? I feel like the play there is, okay, they've used both their engage ultimates. Let's look for a fight. Maybe afraid of Paze on the Misfortune is doing a... IG grouping up. This time, everyone on the same side of the map. Not pushing the sidelines. A little bit afraid of snap plays. Ooh, does that hit? It doesn't quite because Ala has to flash out. They engage. Anyway, no flash now on Ala. There's a hook onto the Jace. Is that onto the Rise, rather? Is that going to be enough? Doesn't feel like the damage is here just yet. And the bullet time is massive on the return. Jeje completely taken down. Chaos Storm comes through, but the Varus ultimate is already done its damage. Where's the next cooldown? Where's the next arrow? Where's the next Shock Blast? Paze has a lot of damage, and he flashes over the engage. This Misfortune is absolutely bounty hunting. Triple kill for the Jace. Not enough to see things off, and I think Paze might have just won the team fight for them themselves. This Misfortune with the red buff doing so much work. I don't think it's going to be enough to turn it around. Gala, why did you stand up and fight? He flashes and dies. Quadra kill for Paze. Paze on the mid. That doesn't feel like it's a great idea. They don't even force the teleport out of Ala. Maybe afraid of Missing going forwards for a big engage. Rookie pushes up a wave, and now they're teleporting in. After the dragon's down. Maybe they wanted to do that after the wave had hit the tower. Yorick's now teleporting in, but now you've traded global for global. That's not really what IG want either. You still have Sejuani. The Shy has himself the Edge of Night. That'll help a little bit. Good Shock Blast there as well. The Shy needs to get good poke down. Mako has himself a Hex Flash. What does he go towards over here? Goes back into the pit. Is spotted though. Good. I mean, Scout has a huge combo ready. Rookie, big shields. Is it enough? Baron goes down. Great damage coming through from the Rise, but is it going to be enough? Scout and Paze use a lot of their combo, and that is a Magnet Storm, which might just win them the fight. JDG, having been engaged onto successfully this time. Clean fight, clean Baron from IG. Maybe the macro was something we question, but JDG have 4 hit the ground, and JDG misused the bullet time, misused the Chaos Storm, and IG might just teleport to the end where they prepare a wave. They'll be walking towards the bot lane in a turret. Mako, massive combination in the Baron fight with the Magnet Storm. JDG walk up to a fight, and this time they can't win it. The bullet time was not enough. It doesn't matter how fed Paze is. The bullet time doesn't get the value. The Zhonya's from Rookie across the entire game, so important. The Ignite goes down, trying to take a kill back onto Gala. It's not quite enough. And JDG, with 10 seconds left, 15 on their other people. will not be able to do anything but watch as IG take the first Nexus of the series. Back and forth. IG takes Silas 2. What happens if the Equalizer stuns you in place? What happens if Azir manages to wall you off from it? I think IG have a lot of good counters here. Now, I do think bot lane is lane... When I say that, actually, the dog is coming down towards bot side. I think that they think that Shun is going to be top side. He's going bot side instead. Silas is coming down as well. They don't have vision on this. I mean, yes, there's going to be wards coming down. What does Shun do? Jumps over the wall, lands the double Q. The E late from Mako. Does get the movement speed out from there. Shun will be able to chase down. Use the W. Scout's going to come down too. Gala's just going to die. Massive misreads on the map. IG missed the invade and bot side. Missed the dog coming down from top side to bot. He doesn't blow any summoners at least, but... Now, Scout gets the kill there too. Onto a Dark Seal, so 2 stacks there. There's an extra 8 AP ahead. Mako has been awful on this Pantheon. He's been very poor on it. Finally hits an empowered Q. And Mako on the Pantheon has really not achieved what they need to. Gala stacking up that Conqueror, flashing forwards, is not the empowered one. Pays goes back, and now you're slowed for forever. Another Q comes up from missing. Oh, the false bomb doesn't hit. Gala cleanses out. Mako doesn't have enough. And the Pantheon goes down. This Pantheon support has not been what Invictus Gaming needed. Mako has, sadly, failed to achieve anything with the Pantheon switching the Poppy into the jungle. Gala's gonna get jumped onto now. Shun does have flash. Q lands. Dog's gonna do a lot of damage and they kill Gala. Didn't even flash. Gala, my dude, so disrespectful. Lane. Big mistakes from Invictus Gaming as JDG have a clearly better understanding of the early game. There is going to be a top side dive, and this time maybe it will be a bit more important. However, the exhaust comes through. Aggro's reset. And Arla clears out the wave. JDG gets hit by an arrow, and it will go clean between the eyes. Arla will accept the gift from his AD carry. Pays looking like he's from my hometown in Nottingham. A real Robin Hood. Dragon attacked on the other side as well by Shun. Takes that. Oh, it's such a bad spawning again now. Arla no teleport. Rookie's able to spot the recall. Yes, he is. Nice disco soundtrack. Walking into a bush again, and it's a big Poppy ultimate. Gala flashes over it. Good route though from Payson. There's a teleport from behind from Scout. Scout, oh, he's about to end some lives here. There's an equalizer, and it might be divided by 0. Goes for the flash. Didn't really need it. 2 kills quickly. Hound's Pursuit. Oh, and an equalizer over the top. JJ not really being able to impact this game at all besides the negative. Gala, Rookie does slide out. Shane's just about the way. Escape from IG. Not really tracking where the vision is and who can respond to the play. JDG much quicker on the response. Great set of play. 6-0 in terms of the JJ going behind bot side. Scout can just steal the Poppy ultimate, by the way. In fact, I think that's the answer. Pantheon coming down. Scout's gonna die. No perfect game for them. IG gets something. Finally gets something. But it's been way too late. IG behind a huge amount of gold. 1,000 gold and 80 carry. Shy. Quiet game so far. Not really been called. He's not really been called upon to do that much. I suppose that's not that bad. Hang on. Rookie needs to be a little bit careful here. Ash could fire an arrow up towards the river. Is he going to be able to spot it? No. He has flash. Chooses not to use it. He's on the weak side of the map. His members are reset. Rookie, you have to be more careful. With dying like that. Gets Arla back into the game. Now the Shy is going to be behind his individual matchup. Loses them their first tower of the game. IG, just their heads are not on this game. Dragon goes over to them. Which can be very hard to dive into and get value out of. JJ. Spotting missing come down. Hexgate's coming over. Mega flying over. What's the plan now? They get the wall stun and the equalizer over the top, but that's going to be denied by the W. Flash in for the W, and they do get the kill onto Arla. Big moment. IG choosing to let go of a lot of objectives. JDG, of course, one of our top teams. Only lost to FPX, weirdly, actually. Beat BLG. Did they beat anyone's Legend? They beat Weibo, I remember that one. Anyway, they beat a couple of teams, haven't they? JJ, gotta be careful there. No flash this time, use it on bot side. Hexgate's coming through. Can Rookie get himself a play? No, he just sees his jungler go down. Reset comes in for Shin's ultimate. Scout gets another kill. Gets some of those Dark Souls can do at this point. Goes down easily. Dragon in 20 seconds now. Shun spotter going over here. There's an equalizer, and there's also a Nico ult. Mako has to flash out. I don't really know there's much there to do now. Goes down as well. Tower shot actually goes onto the Gwen, though. That means that a kill goes back. I suppose trading your support for the top laner that's pretty fine. While all this is happening, Rookie's pushing that top side. JJ is up there too. I mean, IG, are they looking to stop the dragon? Macedonian Warfare potential here. Scout can look to disengage under here, and it's a massive play in there. Macedonian Warfare and an arrow under the turret. The push of Phalanx getting itself some value. JJ not able to finish him off. Rookie will kill the tower, though. So they get what they came for there. Scout, he has no... well, he has a flash. I don't think it's going to save him. Scout, clean play under the turret, but all it does is delay the inevitable. JDG choose not to go towards that dragon. Instead, pushing mid lane with the 6 grubs instead. The Shy will be over here to get some wave clear. Pantheon is here. I'm not convinced by Maker's Pantheon, folks. Maybe not the play. Shun sees 2 low health members, but there is one of them with the ability to stop dashes. JJ will smite that. JDG not going towards the dragon very quickly. If Garl can get himself a reset, get himself towards 2 items now for the Muramana, maybe that's something they can play around. Herald Sub put in towards mid lane. Tower's going to go down. IG likely we're going to lose that to the Herald anyway. Sundered Sky instead of Magic Resist for the Poppy? You need Sundered Sky on the Poppy, I think. It means your Buckler is actually very good as an individual first hit of damage. It means your Burst is very good while giving you that good kind of... because you got the ranged auto attack. Still, hang on a second. Mako flies over the wall. Mako, my dude. Does block out with that. Poppy ult's going to come through. Charged up and misses. Mako, stop giving up these kills for free. The Hexagate would go into the dragon, into the Baron spawn. JJ could come over for a steal. Doesn't have the ultimate now, though, which is a problem. Missing, potentially looking for just the zoning out. Remember, this is where JDG kind of got a bit of a throw last time. Smite comes through. Equalizer slows them down so they can't turn off of it. Scout finds Rookie. Can't get much after that. The arrow swing and a miss. So JDG, get the anti-combo. They don't get anything afterwards. That Equalizer actually quite pivotal next, actually. So choosing not to go towards Magic Resist and instead trying to have something against the Neferi and the Ashe. I suppose there's a lot of mixed damage, and the damage is better for your own personal damage, is the thing. Ooh, Scout going for a big play. Misses the arrow, though. Rookie could choose to get the arrow back, and does. This is the out-of-comp play. Remember, they have those GAs. One withdrawal comes through. Mako uses the E in the wrong direction, but will luckily live. And JDG don't get themselves the play they were looking for. Scout. I think you just stick it. I mean, it doesn't even matter, actually, if you go towards the... full Morello, I don't think. Hang on, Mako in a bit of trouble. JJ also in a bit of trouble. Ominar as to who they're going towards. Shun hops over the wall. JJ caught out by a root and doesn't get that wall stun teleport behind them now. Do they see it? No. Arla comes into the backline. Rookie has his turret. I just don't think it's going to be enough. Gets that damage under the tower, but I don't know how much it's going to do. Rookie is somehow still alive, but he goes down eventually. The Shy keeps going forwards, but IG have lost their mid laner. JDG will happily take that one. Arla goes forward for that last needlework. I think Rookie gets a lot more done there than JDG were maybe prepared for. JJ somehow making himself a lot more tank in that play than I expected too. Baron is available. Dragon coming up in a minute. Pays very strong. Wallstone misses onto missing. Scout finds his way onto Gala, who has been so invisible this game. Equalizer stolen by Scout to make the equation 0. Baron will be started up by JDG now. Mako back out onto the map, but he has contributed so little to this game. JDG roll over an incredible early game. I don't know what... I mean, he's trying to look for kills. Jumps in. Doesn't have that empowered Q. And gifts over another kill. Mako, one of his worst games in recent memory. 1 and 5. He ults over that top side. I think Arla just wins the 1v1 now. Look, I think actually the Shy's had a pretty okay game. It's just not been a map you can stabilize. He's 1 and 3 and 2, but it's not his fault. This time you have to look towards the bot line of IG. It has been very, very problematic how far they fell behind so early after using draft resources. Missing up by 3,000 gold. He's 409. Missing's Nico has been absolutely pivotal this game. slaughtered the laning phase. He's almost a damage carry himself. He's got that Protobelt. This Irelia is good AG. Oh, and the Protobelt is used right there. Good damage onto the back lane. Might die for it. Actually, no, he lives. Corki goes. Let's be honest, he wasn't really doing that much anyway. Arla maybe burned down in return, but no, even he can't get traded back onto. IG don't have the stats. They don't have the gold. And they basically don't have a bot lane. Just before 30 minutes in, IG with the 6 grubs will hammer down on these turrets. And I don't think there's much more to be said about this one. Pace has the cleanse, can't even go towards him. JDG continue to roll forward. Yes, they lose the Nico, but it's going to be such a consolation prize for IG. The game is JDG's, and we'll go to a 6-game day. Game 3 in the series. Zeri as quickly and effectively as possible. Scout will do a bit of damage. We'll see what build he goes towards, whether that is something like the Leandries and the Riftmaker. It's probably Roa Riftmaker, actually. It's typically, potentially. Scare the enemy carries. Use your HP as a resource and get out. It must also be a game where you losing your ultimate defensively is not a loss condition, which is sometimes been the case. The Shy pops his ultimate. Uses that Dominus. Looking for that empowered Q in the next couple of seconds, but he might be dead before that happens. He gets the massive heal, and he gets the first blood. Good value out of that Dominus, but the rest of the team's not there to follow up. Mako not sure about that flash. It's a 2-for-1. The Shy does decent work. That Arla doesn't get the knocker. Hang on, JJ could get a big counter-strike in here. With the flash, potentially. Do they keep running it? Remember, there's a lethal tempo on this Jax. That can be a bit of an issue. Double stun. Rookie goes forwards. He doesn't have that much mana, though. JJ has flash. Can get out of here. Flash launch from Scout into the wall stun. Makes it a little bit more dangerous. Resets, though. Rookie shorts his ultimate. Mistake there. Maybe could have killed Scout, but I guess the Rakan Q heals him up enough. No, missed that last tick of the W, so doesn't get the brittle mark. Has himself the empowered W. Good damage there. The Conqueror stacked up. Doesn't have the stun now for the ultimate. Hang on, the Shy might just die to a solo kill here, and Arla completely wipes the floor with the Shy. I think he completely underestimated the value of that Bramble Vest denying the healing. Rookie going forwards. Remember, he has the Catalyst. It's not that much damage to the equal. Okay, all right. The Electrocute will do enough. Rookie picks up 2 Dark Seal stacks. Arla still, though, getting that kill. 2 kills on the Ornn. Oh, man. Oh, man. IG, they needed to get more out of this early game. They need to still. They're slightly ahead. Giving up the 2 grubs, though. Giving up the dragon. That's not going to help them. The fight is over. The fight is over. Having said, Missing has got an Exhaust Hands teleport behind them. Here comes Ari. Oh, the Shy once again going in too early. This happened for the solo kill earlier, and it happened again now. Pace jumps over the wall. Rookie has to go through the cleanse now, which he goes through. But the Shy once again goes so early that they can't mount a fight. Pace blows the cleanse, Missing blows the exhaust, and the Shy pulls the trigger before Rookie can make a difference. This is the kind of play which loses you games of League of Legends. The idea is there, the execution was not. 2 times now, the Shy has gone too far early, and even in the river is too disconnected too. The Shy, you cannot be making plays like this when you must be so clean in an early game draft like this. You cannot make mistakes like that. Allah's now ahead in terms of gold. Your power spike on the Renekton is going to fall off soon. We expect better from a player like the Shy. He got an MVP for the game 1. Maybe traded for the Herald here. But of course, in the top side, JDG already claimed themselves that first tower. Feats of Strength have been claimed by JDG due to this as well, that first tower. Just jump in and nuke Zeri with ult. Well, we'll see if that can be possible. JJ goes in, pops that ultimate now. Flash out of the combo from the Alistar. Rookie on the flank, and that might be a first kill. Galio's gone down and didn't get to use that ult. Triple ult stacks now from Rookie, and the charm lands onto Missing's Rakan. Rookie keeps going forwards, has a reset, and this is the kind of play which IG needed 5 minutes ago. 2 kills in quick succession. Does that open up anything else? Can they walk towards this mid lane turret? Yes, they can. This is what IG needed. Ornn, not available at the play. A lot of the gold nucleated into that top lane tank. Assassin, Warlock, Priest, Necromancer. Keep up with those mid laners, but he can never be better than them. If he changed to jungle, maybe he could be the best, though. That class was too strong, though. Galio has ult, is on the same side of the map. I don't think IG expect this, by the way. Looking for a play. Jumping forwards. Where's the Galio ultimate? Comes straight into it. Mako pops the ultimate. Where is the Renekton is coming in? But Arla is here. Now, Mako very, very low. That is a fantastic angle for an ultimate. Get a great flash over the wall, though, and now Arla is getting the Black Cleaver stacked onto him. It's not going to be enough, though. JDG trying to carry through with the Jax at the end of the fight, but I just don't think IG expected Scout to be there. Secret Agent Galio flies into the play, and JDG clean up the fight. You don't have a gold lead, and there is some worries about scaling coming online from JDG. 3-0-3 on the Zeri, that's kind of scary. I was thinking there is a chance you could have gone towards an Airy build to really dominate the Galio lane, because the electrocute means a little less here. Now it's can't start it up. Ward put down. I'll spot it here. Oh, there's a pick now in the river, but Mako not popping his ult until he's half HP. That's a problem. Mako has the flash, has to go anyway. It's hit by that W. Scout going forwards, trying to force something out of Gala, and it's charmed back into the blade. Things are a mess now. This is maybe where the Renekton can start getting value, but no, the Ornn ultimate is so nasty. W over the wall, Wind becomes lightning. The Shy getting chased down by Pays, and I think JDG might have just found a little bit of that scaling that we were worried about. JDG clean up 3 kills for none. I think IG couldn't afford to. JDG pick up 3 kills for none. They'll pick up the Atakan. There won't be a contest coming through. And I think sometimes you can be really quite scared to pull your ultimate. If you have Malignant State, you don't lose any health. You can just wait for your next cooldown very quickly. Baron spawned. JDG grouping up on this mid lane turret. They have the GA from Atakan, remember? Or not. Thorn. The Horde is blown. And they catch out Gala, but he doesn't get the secondary knockup. Galio comes right very deep under the turret. Mako has his ult running, but it's not enough. Unbreakable will. No, not really living up to the name. 1 kill, turret's down. And oh, wow, Pace is going very, very deep. Has himself the items to really feel like he can carry that. Maybe could have saved that cleanse, but wants to stay alive. Baron is alive. Do they just go towards that? They have enough to damage it. Do they have enough to tank it as well? Still want to use the last 30, 40 seconds of this. They don't have the best damage coming into this. JDG has flash, has smite. Teleport coming back in from the Ornn. Rookie has ultimate. Saved it, remember. Scout has got himself a flank. He gets himself a double taunt. And the scouts ahead and finds his team a kill onto Gala. And that should do it. That should be the Baron. No Kai'Sa for the continued DPS. The Ahri with a lower damage build. I don't think they've got the staying power. Charm onto the Ornn just doesn't mean that much. Just doesn't mean that much. Rookie, I just don't know if you can do enough here. You have a smite steal attempt. That is it. Atakan has one off. Some decent damage onto the Ornn there. Flash forwards onto the Shy. Has the Dominus. Are we going for a smite steal? Is this going to be the Baron flip? JDG, they're waiting a long time now this time to tank this up. That could be an issue. Rookie goes in. Forces Jerry out of the pit. The Baron is still alive. Where is the smite? It's stolen by Rookie of all people. Baron sail over to Invictus Gaming. The Shy goes forward to get the kill. Reset's coming forward as Rookie wants to do more damage. Triple kill for Pays means that he gets most of the gold, but IG get the Baron and JDG. What? Oh, what a mess. IG, they don't like to do things by, they don't like to do things cleanly, do they? They lost their early game. Still only 1,000 gold down now, though. However, that 1,000 gold is largely on that pesky electric wrap. Dragon now started up. It's gonna go down. Rookie on the flank. Should going in, but doesn't go for a smite steal. Mako might just give his life for this. Has flash, has ultimate. Dragon taken. Rookie still has the Baron buff for another minute and a half. Where does he want to go? Does he want to go anywhere? Has that increased recall? Can recall and go into the mid lane. Open up another angle. Level 17. 2-level advantage over the Scout. One of those is from the Rod of Ages, of course. Has himself a Crypt Bloom going towards a Death Cap next. Maybe that changes things. Rookie going forwards. What do you think? Oh, it's holding the middle of this. Now, last time, JDG kind of threw around this. The Shy could go towards the flank. Not sure how much value he's going to have. Tanking the Baron, but of course, Shinza's a little better at that. Maker goes in, has that level 2 ultimate. JDG goes in too. Missing has just died. There's no engage there now. Allah does get himself the ultimate, but is it going to be enough? Watch Pays. You have to watch that. Zeri is caught by the combo. Does flash out of the headbutt, but Gala goes in anyway. Yeah, Zeri is still alive and still has the Guardian Angel. There is no death cap on Rookie, and Pays lives. There's still some damage coming through to the backline as Gala is still alive. Is that enough? It is a mess. 2 dead for JDG, 3 dead for IG, but the people alive are the people with the damage. Rookie can still recall. I actually think IG get out of this better, you know? I actually think they get out of this better. They can go towards this dragon. They don't have a smite, but neither does JDG. Teleporting in. What is going to happen now? Do you stay and finish this? What's the plan? What do you do? Does Ahri need to recall, get an item, and go back? Gala needs to be careful. If he gets hit up by a wall stun, that could be it. Respawn's coming in now. Dragon's going to come over and JDG deny the soul. It is a close fight. IG cannot rush the dragon. And to the GA. Pays is now 11-0-8. Rookie does have a death cap. Sold his Dark Seal to afford it, I think. He's strong now. Still don't think it's one-shotting the Zeri strong, but he's strong. Gala and Rookie need to pull out some miracles, man. They need to pull out some miracles. We're going late game, folks. It's 35 minutes. It's not bad damage from the Ori into the Ornn, actually, considering how tanky that champion's meant to be. Shy jumps forwards, uses the Randuins to get a slow. And now he has no dash, and the Shy has jumped forwards for a Randuins and potentially died. Pulls out his Dominus, has the Starix, has a bit more HP. Ult for ult now, I suppose, with missing. But the Shy very nearly throwing that part of the late game. Shun doesn't have flash. If he hits a W, things get a little bit interesting. Not going to happen there now. No W. Jumping forwards, Gala uses E. Talon comes through. Gala has the flash, but there's no ultimate on the other side from Arla. Now Rookie goes forwards and gets a charm onto missing. Still, a lot of damage here. Teleport coming forwards again. Rookie, what has he got? He gets absolutely blasted by Pays, who still has the GA. Pays, oh Pays, he is so strong and still has the Guardian Angel. IG swing for the Zeri, and it is a miss. A certified Zeri moment as JDG take themselves a, what, 2-for-1 in this trade in the game, because the Zeri will just shred through this. So much damage on the Zeri. Missing. Spots out the Shy. JJ has flash. Very hard to stop him from getting into the pits. There's no wards on him either. JJ. Oh my god, are we flipping for the late game? Maker goes in, but doesn't commit to the full combo. Are we flipping? We are! It's a Baron Steal! Of course it's a Baron Steal! But the fight comes after. Do IG have enough to survive? The Galio comes in. Gala escapes, but Pays is hunting him. His GA is still available. Gala lives a little longer, but I just don't think it's enough. It's too much damage, and though the Baron goes down, JDG will claim the lives. And I think that might still be it. They won't have the purple cape. They won't have the hand of Baron. They have the hand of Pays. And it's hitting the keyboard so goddamn hard with each Q button pressed. 5 alive heading towards the Nexus. I don't think IG can hold. 2 Baron steals is not enough to save Invictus Gaming from the might of Pays' Zeri. There's a dash away. There's some decent damage. Rookie doesn't have his ultimate, though. The towers are falling. And who needs a Baron when you have a Zeri that plays like this? Shindong Gaming will take the Nexus. They're bloody well trying to take the Nexus. No! They die on the Nexus. JDG, they fought so hard, but they get aced. Maybe they did need the Baron teleported to the mid lane. IG, 2 Baron steals. Protection of the base. Absolute cinema. Rookie intercepts the wave, and we might have a Nexus to Nexus. Baron steal into Nexus push into Ace with less than 100 HP on the Nexus to running it back. Are you not entertained? Invictus Gaming will win the series 2-1. Never in my life have I seen something like this. Only in the LPL do you get this. Invictus Gaming take the series.